They run the counter with Cook. He'll get this up to about the 44.
I feel like I can... thinking on that carry, wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
Yeah, anytime you sign somebody, it was sick.
From the 44, Pickett. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
Well, partner, that's the start that you want right there. And you know he spent the entire offseason throwing hundreds, I'd probably say thousands of passes, getting ready for that moment. The first throw of the new season. He's dreamed about it, thought about it, and now it's out of the way.
Yeah, 1 for 1, a lot more to go. First down, here's the run with Cook. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to the huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down.
Pickett in trouble, and down he goes. Nick Benito coming in there to record the sack.
He only gave them an instant to react. It was a classic case of if you blink, you missed him. Off of the line and to the quarterback in just a couple of seconds. Running back only had a moment to react and attempt to throw a block.
Going to need a crafty play call here. 14 yards is what they need to try to convert this thing. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Rifles one, that's going to be intercepted. And the Broncos are going to take possession of the football. That's kind of a double whammy. I mean, the interception on the opening drive, that's one thing, but to give him this field position, that's another.
Absolutely perfect start for this defense. They take the ball away on the opening possession. They know that their offense will get the ball to start the second half. They line them up in field goal position, and to me, they got a chance for a touchdown right here out of the gate.
He's got it. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. That gain of 15 gets him on the doorstep, 1st and goal.
How about the way they're moving the ball down the field? They had a big play a moment ago. Followed it up with another nice one here. And before you know it, they're already looking at 1st and goal.
Williams fighting, but he won't get too far. Maybe a yard, that's all, down to the 2. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal.
Good work there, holding them out on 1st down. And this is going to be a battle down here on the goal line. Can they hold their ground for 2, maybe even 3 more plays?
Williams again. And good work there defensively as they're able to keep him out of the end zone. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that...
Touchdown, Broncos! Jerry Jeudy. Excellent work there to get in on the touchdown run. And the Broncos are on the board here first in the season opener. McManus's point after is good, and it's now a 7-0 game. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line. So bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision. Loses him about 4 yards. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others. Where they think they have an advantage, dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Pickett. Swinging this out wide here for Cook. And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds. So the completion good for 7 there. And now 1 yard to go on 3rd down. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. Pickett on 3rd and 1. Right back to Cook for another completion. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. Give them 18 there and give the Vikings a first down.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and that will bring up 2nd down. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you break a tackle and turn into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
Plays like we just saw there. That's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game. And that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield.
Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Thrown back across his body. And the Broncos will have solid field position here as they take over at their 45-yard line. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training. So he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
They suspected that it was a power play up the middle coming at them, and boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on first down.
Williams going to get it again on 2nd down. And a strong run that time as he's across midfield and down to the 43. The 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Broncos first down.
Coming in, he really liked his chance of having a big year based on a terrific offseason. And runs like that on opening weekend show that he's right.
They'll throw on first down with Wilson. That's complete. It's Greg Dulcich. And he's finally taken down, and it's a big gain there on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. Now a first down carry. It's Williams. And he's got 4 down inside the 20 to the 18.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's third down.
Whenever we talk about the best strong safeties, one word constantly comes up, and that's instincts. Being able to diagnose run or pass and make the appropriate moves.
He crashed down hard there. He was ready for that running play. An extra defender in the secondary for the Vikings here on third down. Here's Wilson. And this is going to be incomplete.
You can tell they wanted to get that ball downfield, but they had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
The kick by McManus is good, and that will extend their lead even further. Well, they already had the early lead, and they get the interception, Charles, and now they add 3 more with the field goal.
Yeah, they're in control of how this game is playing out so far. You mentioned the early lead. Now they're expanding on it, getting plays on both sides of the ball. A winning recipe if they can keep this up.
And to no one's surprise here in Denver, that'll carry through the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively, obviously. 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that color jersey all week? Not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Give to Cook out of the gun. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable third down because they had the incompletion on first down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
Throwing on third down. Here's Pickett. Incomplete, right side to Cook. And he will have a Vikings first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Well, they've certainly made a point of getting him involved in the passing game here in the first half. They must have seen something in the scouting that said, hey, we can capitalize on him getting the ball possibly in the open field. And I think in the second half, that may loosen up the defense a little bit to get the running game going back inside.
From the gun, it's a give to Cook. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
Nice chunky yards on first down. It really opens up your options for what you want to do on second. You go right back to him and hope he explodes or sucker the defense in before throwing over the top.
Here's a throw dropped off to his fullback. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. That one a first down pickup of 8.
It's pretty easy to overlook the fullback when you're making your assignments defensively in the pass coverage game. But in this case, they made him pay for that oversight and picks up a nice gain.
And they'll get him down here at about the 42. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
The previous run good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. They run it again with Cook. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It's a loss of 2, now third down.
This defense is really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense got to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
They're trying to keep the drive going. This will be play number 8. It's 3rd and 2. Pickett now from the gun here. That's to Cook out of the backfield. And he's got room. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. A big play there on the catch and run. And it'll result in a fresh set of downs.
Yeah, these are the types of plays they're going to need to hit on if they're going to get back into this game. It hasn't been the greatest of first halves, but this is a nice throw here on 3rd down, and they keep the drive going.
They'll try the middle with Cook. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
Second quarter. The ground incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down. An incomplete pass on 2nd down. It muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10. Pickett back to throw. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. And the Broncos are going to take over at their own 13-yard line.
And when a team advances as far as they did, got over the 50-yard line, don't you think that drive deserved a better ending? I think he needs to get with his coaches on the sidelines, make some immediate adjustments, and that's what you do. You don't wait. You do it from series to series, because drives like that end with a turnover, that's multiple times they picked him off already in this opening half.
They try to run on 1st down, but this defense says no dice. They stop him a couple yards behind the line of scrimmage.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
On 2nd and 12, Wilson. And this is incomplete.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense if that fell harmlessly to the ground. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Wilson. And this one is incomplete.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
Pilardi now on to punt as he sends this one away. This is brought in at the 21. That one in the books as a 64-yard punt. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points. But then the pick, and his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Pat Surtain. And the Broncos are going to take possession of the football. Boy, so another interception, CD. It feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit. And
as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
After the interception, here's Wilson. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. Mark that as a gain of 16 to set him up 1st and goal. And remember, this drive started off following the turnover, and they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. He released that awkwardly. It almost looked like a pitcher who gripped his fastball a little too hard and let it go late, and it bounced in front of the plate.
Yeah, one of those fastballs that ends up at 57 feet, not 60 feet, 6 inches. Just a little short with the arm, which is unusual because we saw him in warm-ups. He's got a big, strong arm when he delivers it with confidence.
And he's going to press this one forward as they stop it right around the 1. Give him right around 4 on the carry. We'll see if they want to keep pounding here on 3rd and goal.
And Brad, they went to a nickel defense, and that's a surprise this close to the goal line, because ordinarily you use the back end of the end zone, the sidelines as extra defenders, and you want bigger people.
And he'll get in. Touchdown, Denver. Javonte Williams. As the first half is winding down. And the Broncos are looking good here in the season opener as they're able to extend their lead. Extra point from McManus is good. And that makes our score 17-0. And they'll accept that penalty. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Let's go. 13 seconds, the time remaining in the half as they come up on first down. And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And an anxious moment or two there, but they do get him down. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. Well, CD a lot of times like to separate speed and quickness, and they've got a back that's both. We know that he's fast in the open field, but, man, his first step is so quick, too.
It is something, isn't it? Because you think of that type of speed getting to the perimeter and turning upfield.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. Final play of the first half. Here's Pickett. And he's got this to Jefferson. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we send you on out to our studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman at REA Sports Halftime Report. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. And we'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. They start the second half here with Williams. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. They run it again with Williams. And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. This defense could use a few more plays like that right now.
It certainly could, but think about it from an offense's perspective right now. They've got a lead, but they don't want to throttle down too much and stall themselves. Still want to move at a nice pace.
Now it's Wilson. And that is incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, They're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
Here's Michael Pilardi now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. They'll call that a punt of 59 yards. Tough to do better than that. And in 10. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Trying to fire up that running game with Dalvin Cook. Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Back to throw, Pickett. Quick hitter here, it's complete. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And that's going to bring up 3rd and 2.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete. Well, they certainly had success throughout this contest, getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another 1st down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
Now a throw here to his running back. Calling a gain of 3 on the play, and it's 2nd down. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him.
On 1st and 10, it's Pickett. And this will be incomplete.
I'm sure it was a tough halftime trying to figure out some strategy to get things going. Trailing by a lot when they went into the locker room. He's just trying every avenue to spark his team here to begin the 3rd quarter. Not a lot going on that play, though.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Pickett. And this is going to be another 1st down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos 33. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
But look what we have here, a sustained drive, and that was certainly AWOL in the 1st half. They really struggled to try and move the football. But right now, they certainly seem to have the formula working. Let's see if they can keep it up.
Back to the ground, Cook. And the 2nd wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
And now you have to wonder, partner, at what point in time do they forget the running game? It's been a struggle so far in this one. I would think they'd have to start throwing it a little bit more.
Now on 2nd and 13. Pickett. Middle of the field to Jefferson. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Now we've got movement up front, and I think this is going to be on Minnesota. And this offense back to needing 10 yards after the false start. 3rd and 10. Here's Pickett. He's got his man, T.J. Hockenson. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
That's a big gainer on that play, and from experience, I can tell you, that's where defensive backs will come into the huddle and say, guys, how about some pass rush? But you're going to say it nicely because those big guys up front, they don't like being criticized very much. Quarterbacks in this league, you know they'll pick you apart if you give them time like that to find receivers downfield.
So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit. A false start penalty, and now they're back to needing 10 yards on second down. Pickett, he'll look to throw it. Buying time to his left. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
The goal is certainly to try and make a big play happen and climb back into this game, but you have to be careful. If you overdo it, you could turn it over and hurt your team.
They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion. Looking to throw, Pickett. And he comes back with one complete. And he will not be able to get the first as he can get this only down to the 5. Call it a gain of 6 on the play. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. Here's Greg Joseph now to try the field goal. From the right hash, and this one just a chipping. The kick by Joseph is good. And they're on the board at least here. It's now 17-3. So that maybe not exactly what they were hoping for, but it does get them back within a couple of scores.
And at this point in the 3rd quarter, you don't have much margin for error, and that means you can't have drives that end with nothing. Whether it's a punt, a turnover on downs, those have to go away. You have to end with a kick, either a field goal or an extra point after a touchdown.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, you feel like you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Still 3rd quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. To throw is Wilson. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. The sack coming from big Dalvin Tomlinson.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw up a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Wilson under pressure, and they got to him again. Well, Zadarius Smith there getting in and bringing him to the ground. Well, they sent him on the blitz from that linebacker spot, and boy, he got there quickly.
He certainly did, and obviously he could have used a block from his running back, but I think you nailed it right there. The defender got into the backfield so fast, it's hard for anyone to react.
3rd and long, it's Wilson. And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down. Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a 1st down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
Did they keep it in? They did. They kept it in. It's down close to the goal line at the 1-yard line. Amazing. Perfectly placed. If that ball goes one extra yard, maybe not even an extra yard, the starting point is the 20.
So there is a reason that a lot of punters are also excellent golfers. They know distance control. You know what else they have? Same groove motion over and over. Once they have that down, it repeats under pressure.
And he'll go out of bounds after getting this across. They were looking for a little spark and some breathing room. They got it right there, a gain of 14 and a first down. Pickett now on first down. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Give him big credit for his coverage right there, because when he saw the route break deep, he stayed in position to prevent a completion while avoiding any risk of a flag.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Pickett will look to throw it here. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Cook. And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Pickett. Dalvin Cook now catches on back-to-back plays. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. The drive stays alive, a 3rd down gain of 8. And in a 2-score game, obviously every play, every 3rd down, like we saw there, magnified, big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to 3rd down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here in this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on first down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops, and escape this drive.
Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10. Now Pickett. Looking right sideline, that's complete. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 5th catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a first down.
All right, this is the time of the game where they're down a couple scores, and they've really got to get some yards in chunks, and they know the defense doesn't want to give those up, but they've got to find a way to take them anyway.
Now the question is, can they string a few of those together? And he's taken down at the 50 after a short gain of 2.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And he's just throwing the ball up for grabs now. Fortunately, that one going to fall incomplete.
Trying to decipher what's going on out there, because I don't know if he's just getting bad reads. I don't know if the defense is confusing him. I don't know if he just has, bad info and intel before he snaps the ball. But he's made some pretty bad decisions with the football lately.
Yeah, several bad decisions on the interceptions he's thrown in. Frankly, that should have been another pick right there. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 36. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Another tote for the workhorse this afternoon. It's Cook. And he'll work his way inside the 30 now to the 28. 60 yards on the ground for him so far.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
Throwing on 2nd and 3. Pickett. Cook makes the catch on the out route. Only able to gain a couple there. And that's going to make it 3rd down and less than a yard.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense, because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get it out to your running back, and it could turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
Right back to Cook for another completion. Down inside the 10. Touchdown, Vikings. Dalvin Cook, 26 yards. And the Vikings have made it a one-score game again here in the fourth. Joseph connects on the extra point. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And with that last touchdown, I mean, we're set up for a good finish here. Some things to consider, Charles. Obviously, it's a very close game. You're in the fourth quarter. Defensively, they've got all 3 timeouts in their back pocket.
So the chess match really ramps up, doesn't it? Because in these situations, what do? Do you run the ball and kill the clock here? Or do you try and bury them with another score? And how about defensively? Do you use your timeouts at earliest opportunity? Or wait till you hit the 2-minute warning? So there's a lot going into this one. Let's see how each side goes about their strategy.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes. And we've got a one-score game. So it's Bronco football as we get you reset here. They've got a 2nd down now as they search for a way to get this one to the finish line. So 2nd and 9, and you'd have to figure just about all 11 probably crashing the line here. They'll try and run down some clock with Williams. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ball game. Now this is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. Wilson to throw. He'll get this one to Patrick. And he will have a Broncos 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this fourth quarter of play. Well, some good games around the league here early in week 1, and this one's shaping up to be as good as any of them as we come up on a 1st and 10. Now we give up the middle to Williams. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Again, it's Williams. And he'll be tackled right on the midfield logo. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the 1st. They'll send a receiver in motion to the left. Now Wilson. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Anytime a ball's thrown in the middle of the field and it's popped up in the air, I expect someone to catch. It doesn't matter whether it's offense or defense because there's usually a great amount of bodies in that part of the field. In this case, no one came up with it.
He'll send this one into the mile-high air, and it's a good one. Now this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Well, certainly they'd rather have the scenario they had last time. Now, Charles, remember they had the short field. They took it in the end zone. Now this is going to have to be a longer, more sustained drive if they want to get points.
Yeah, a little bit more of a quick strike opportunity last time by where they were on the field, and you're exactly right about that. But now, backed up a little bit. What's that old expression we love to use? Time to matriculate the ball down the field and try and do it again.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Pickett to throw. Pass complete. It's Hockenson. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6. Here's Pickett. Working the sideline here. Did he get the feet in? Yes, they say that he did. Nice job tapping both of them down. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a first down. Looking to throw here. Pickett. A quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
That's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle so they're ready if a tackle happens inbounds.
Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. Now Pickett. And that's intercepted yet again, and that could be the backbreaker. And the Broncos are going to take possession of the football. And you have to wonder, Charles, a game like this, 5 interceptions, what does this do to the psyche of a young quarterback?
But based on the fact that he's still out there and he threw a 5th interception, I'm wondering if his head coach believes that he's really strong mentally and wants him to play through it. Because otherwise, you need to get him out and fight another day because this could leave lasting damage if he keeps throwing interceptions.
48 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. I guess the simple question, why not just take a knee there?
I don't understand either why you would take any sort of a chance. We've seen it happen in the game of football. Doesn't matter whether you've watched high school, college, or the NFL. Some people get a little greedy, try to get that extra running play in, and it can backfire on them.
Well, CD, always a little extra excitement for Week 1 and one of our early window games here in Week 1.